Now this plane here, I don't know. Some of the foam plane buyers would say, you know, well, you know, man, this is the what do they call it? The Cadillac of the collection,
the Holy Grail.
You know, huh?
The Holy Grail.
Yeah, it might be the Holy Grail, you know. And I tell you what, Dynam thought so, because this plane was not cheap when this thing came out. I think it was close to $300 or $250 or something.
It looks good.
It is a good-looking plane, it flies fairly well. The problem with this particular aircraft, in my opinion, is the weight that it has out here. You know, you get a lot of this with this plane. And when we went to up by Dallas to buy this lot of planes, we got some of these foam planes, and this was in there. One of the first ones I noticed, and I looked up and I was like, oh my God, that plane's had hell. And I looked over and there was another one. I said, hey, that plane's had hell too. And then I looked over and look here. Oh my God, this one had hell too. So apparently the owner of this planes, he really liked this airframe. And that's the first thing I'm gonna do. If you notice, if you watch me in these videos, you'll notice I'm always picking things off. I'm always picking things off and saving them. Always get the money off of them, and there's never a plane that you want to throw away without robbing first. This thing has got a treasure trove of gifts on it. If you're just now getting into the hobby, get you a big box, and when you wreck a plane, pull the control horns, pull your servo leads, pull the servos. This thing's got electric retracts. And see, that's a game changer there, man. You know, that's highfalutin stuff right there. Let me see what this one. Okay, now this one here's got retracts. But the problem is this wing here is broke. It's broken and almost, well, it was broken in half and somebody glued it together with the wrong kind of glue. It's one of them hard glues, and it doesn't fix anything. It just creates more problems. All right, let's take a look at this other one over here. Let's see. What does this one got? Man, this one's got retracts too. Jeez, man, we got a whole bunch of good stuff here. So I think right here with what I'm looking at, we've got enough stuff. For some reason, I thought we had 3 planes here. It's only 2. We've got enough stuff here to build one good plane, and we could build a Frankenplane out of just the goodies that are here. I only see 3 motors, so that's okay. We can work on that. We can work with that. So let's do this. Let's build a Grand Cruiser that works, and then we'll build something that's just kind of crazy to look at, and hopefully it will fly. And if it doesn't, you know what? It didn't cost us anything, did it? So let's see. First thing is the fuselage. That's a Jimmy Durante nose. You see how that's all crinkled up there? You can actually fix this if you get a steam, something to boil water in. It's got a little hole on it so you can get that hot steam shooting out of there, and then hold this about 8 to 12 inches and just get that all steamy, and what'll happen is the moisture will make this swell and it'll all go back to its original position. You might see signs of a struggle, but it won't have that dink in it anymore. And that kind of looks like, what's that guy, the actor's name, Owen Wilson? Yeah, that kind of looks like an Owen Wilson snoot there, doesn't it? So, which I like that dude's acting, so no disrespect, dude. Take a chill pill, you make a lot of money. Let's see, this is the broken wing with 2 good motors, or so we presume. And then this one here has got a good wing with a missing motor. So here's the thing though, Jordan has never flown an airplane. He really didn't know what an RC airplane was until he started working here a couple of days ago, a week ago, a month ago. It's been a long time. So we're gonna let Jordan fix this one, or fix this plane back up, and then while he's doing that, maybe I'll work on the Franken plane, and that'll be his first repair. And here soon enough, we're gonna go on RC groups, and we're gonna pick Jordan. Now let Jordan pick out a plane that he wants to build, and we're gonna build a plane from scratch with little to no knowledge of the hobby, and so you can see how that's done. And that ought to be a kick in the butt.
I hope y'all heard that now.
Yeah, yeah. So look, I was gonna have a real cute girl do this, and you know, I don't know, something about cute girls just run away from me, so that's not.
Oh, I ain't cute enough for you, Joe?
You are, you know, but just not in the girl category.
Oh, okay.
You know. But let's see here. So really what you want to do when you have a problem like this or a situation like this, you want to assess everything, which we've done a pretty good job of so far. We've got 2 planes that are cracked. There we go, that's assessed. So what are we going to say, what are we going to use, what are we going to discard, and what's going to be easiest, what's going to be most cost effective. That was a mouthful. Okay, so this being the good wing, I would say let's use that wing. The servos are all intact, everything. This one doesn't have the Owen Wilson nose, but this one does have, looks like it has a little MMA damage on it. The motor mount over here was broken, and I don't know what's going on here. So what we'll do is we'll try to rob that out of one of these and get that motor and ESC moved over. And the winglets, put those on, and man, we'll be pretty much, we could have this plane going in 15 minutes, I'd say. You know, we wanted to have a contest. So come on over and grab you a plane and fix the damn thing.
Okay.
So
I need a hammer?
No, we don't do hammers in airplanes anymore. We should have learned that a few minutes ago. So the first thing you want to do is scavenge you need your motor and ESC. So pull this off, and I'll grab your tools if you can see what that is. I think that's a little Phillips, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, you ain't mistaken.
I'm not mistaken. Okay, and let's see here. That's a Bob, that's a John, that's a Karen. So I take Philip on vacation. Wow. There you go. All right, so pull your spinner off.
That's another one.
There you go. Be sure and save your screws because you're going to need them. We all need to save our screws.
What was those little small fillets we had in there?
Yep. That's what I was looking for. But you don't like the extended version?
Sometimes.
Here's another one. Oh, let me get this hammer away from you. Or you can figure out to go Antifa on me or something. Let's see here. Good servos there, nose gear. I think what we're gonna make is something crazy out of this thing. Got a buddy that comes in the shop named George Lumpkin. George Lumpkin is a big old dude, man, and he loves multi-engine stuff, man. And he put 6 motors on the actual aileron. So when he does the ailerons, the motors go up and down like this here. It's the craziest damn thing you've ever seen, but it really does fly well. There you go. That's screw number 3 and 2.
You got the other one?
Yeah, got them all right here. All right. Got your chrome-plated plastic there. And then now you're going to need a wrench. And that's one of those millimeters.
Where's some vice?
That'll work. I'll never use a vice on a setup on a nut or anything, man. That's the worst you want to do there. There you go. But in lieu of time, we didn't get the right tool for the job. But that'll get it done. Sometimes that's all people have is a crescent wrench.
Oh.
But you don't want to use pliers because that damages it.
I got a tool that make you throw out all.
Look here. Just hold that.
Yeah, I got you.
And then you can spin the prop and it'll come off.
All right. You know they got the Nipex pliers that are plier crescent wrenches.
And what happens? What do they do?
You throw all your crescent wrenches away just using them.
Why would you throw your crescent wrenches away?
Dude, lose. Just check it out, man.
Okay.
Looks way better.
I think I'd still keep my other crescent wrenches.
Dude, you gotta throw them in the trash.
You're gonna throw them in the trash. All right, here's your nut. If you plug all three of these wires in, okay, and the motor's turning the wrong way, what would you think you had to do to make it go the right way? Since you don't, like on a regular, if you got two wires on a motor and you reverse polarity, usually if it's battery operated, it runs the opposite direction, but AC doesn't work that way. Okay? So if you have three wires plugged in, your motor's going the wrong way, what would you think that you would do? Pretty simple. Pull any wire and then another wire, leave one plugged in, and then just swap those two. And it doesn't matter which one. Tri-County Barnstormer. It looks like we've got a meeting tonight. You pull any two of them and swap them, and the motor will go the opposite direction. Okay. More of that transmission fluid looking glue. I guess it's just some kind of an epoxy. Man, it is just butt ugly stuff. In your way there wiggling? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Hey, here's another pedophile Pete.
Why'd you name him Pete?
I just think all the pilots, I think they all look like pedophiles. I don't know why. It's just they don't look right, man. Look at red, blue, and black.
Let me see.
See, red, blue, and black.
Well, I'm trying to see where it don't matter about the wires in the end? No,
because the sticker's on top. It's laying the same way. So if you do red, blue, and black, chances are it's going to spin the same way. Red, blue, and black.
Okay.
Let's flip this booger back over now. You can go ahead and put your piece back in there, just so it doesn't get away from you. Where's your piece at?
I don't think we ever had one.
You don't have a piece?
No.
That was empty like that?
No.
Well, rob one. You need to get one off out of the plane then. If not, you could make one, but you got one. Okay, so look here, man. We got a horrible fit, right? So all of this stuff here, you've got to get that hard crap out of there, man. If you got hard crap, you need to see a doctor.
No, I didn't want to. I didn't know if you wanted to cut on it that much.
Yeah, you got to whittle her down.
I got all that
Look at that.
big piece of
Look at that. It's its own sandpaper. Right? Now we've got a pretty close to being, but see, you still got a gap there. And that gap is no bueno. Right on?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is we've got that dadgum wire to contend with, but I don't want to disconnect it because it just does one thing and one thing only. It creates more work for us. So, where is now this here is schedule, or like 80 grit, I think. Right? Just real rough sandpaper. And then you want to get you a, oh man, let's see, what does everybody have around the house?
Hey, can I cut this?
Huh?
Can I cut this?
No, you don't want to do that. Here, this will work right here. Anything that you have, you're back in front of the camera though. Anything that you have, you see that box? Just get you some sandpaper. You don't have to have any special tools. Just anything that'll make you a flat surface like this here. Okay, and now that's flat. And then here, same thing, watching that wire. You can't get it perfect. Doesn't matter. Okay, and now see that's almost this side of being perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now on this, because it's got such a large surface area, I would recommend putting a skewer or two. And you don't have to use skewers necessarily. These are craft picks from the wood pile. And the reason we're going to use these is because we got them free with all that crap we bought out of Dallas. And use what you got, man. So this thing here, you want to take and put you a hole, okay, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then grab your pliers over there, buddy. All right. And then, hold on a sec. Get this lined up. All right, and then cut that thing about right there with them side cutters. Turn your pliers over there. Get your cutter on the other side. You want to cut about right there. Snip it. There we go. Okay, now we'll pull this back out. There's our little hole right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now take that out and poke it over here. Right on. About the same distance from the top. Cram it, get it in there. All the way in there almost, or halfway. What's happening? We hitting something?
Oh, I believe it's halfway.
Let's see here. Okay, now I'm going to take and stick that back in there. And that matches up almost perfect. Dig?
Can we do another side?
Do another one the same way, brother. Yes, sir. We got right-handed. And they move. Find you a nice little soft spot. I think you're hitting a hinge in here. Huh? There you go. You found you a spot. Beautiful, man. You can't let any of this stuff scare you. You know, because at the end of the day, it's just foam. Okay, so we've got a cold glue gun, and now's a good time to plug that thing in and let it start warming up. There, step back over that. Let me get that in front of your feet there. There we go. And always mock it up. Always mock it up. Make sure it fits before you put glue on it, because boy, you'll be in trouble then. Now I'm going to show you another trick when you got a situation like this where you're kind of worried about the glue holding, which this hot glue will work, but I'm going to show you another trick. So if you'll take a razor blade here.
Yeah, make like kind of like a little ditch.
And make you a, yeah, exactly right. Just cut you a V out. Not much, not deep. What you're doing, in effect, is you're trying to make a big glue disc, basically. So when we put two pieces of wood together, we'll take a round piece of wood, which they call a disc, and we stab it up in there. We don't want to make this out of wood. We want to make this one here out of glue. So we'll match that back up. We'll see about where that is. It doesn't have to be perfect. It really doesn't matter. Perforate it. dig it out. And actually you can take, is the tip of that hot? Yep. Yep. Okay, so look, just take the tip of the gun here. Watch here. And you can use the tip of that gun just to melt in the wing. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you need. You're just trying to open a void there. And make sure you get glue in there. Make sure you get glue in both of those voids. And not, remember on the last one we glued it, we didn't really use a ton of glue. That one there you want to fill level. And then go down the center from front to rear. Yeah. There you go, and put you a couple of little dots up on top, by the edge, right up here by the edge, so you know you're squeezing hard enough, which that's not going to really apply to this one because it's not a perfect fit, like fitting two pieces together that were broke. Line it back up and pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. There you go. See how it's starting to squeeze out? I'll take the liberty of doing that. And then just keep holding it. Don't let go. The cooler the hot glue is, the faster it cools, so it sticks a lot faster than if it's 100% hot. The gun. All right. How's it feel? Feel comfortable with that?
Yep.
All right. Now, while the glue's still kind of cool, you can take that if you want to. You can take and you can just run the perimeter of that cut there, and then take your finger right behind it and kind of smush it in, or use your wife's credit card. Alright. There you go, man. I see how it's starting to bubble right there. That's because the glue's starting to get almost too hot. So unplug it real quick in case we need to. Alright, now let's flip it over. Bring the glue back over. Okay, now we got this little situation here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, same thing, just a couple of little dabs in there.
You just don't want to put it on the outside?
You can just run you a little bitty bead there, that's perfect, man, that's perfect. And then run that down in here, and then just come back over the top of it with your finger, and that's a done deal. That won't come out of there again. The rest of it will go back up in there. Do that now if you want to. Pull this out and run that up in there, and do the same thing with the glue before you get it all the way in there. If not, you're going to have to run tape over it, and that's what they do with these things normally. Tape always falls off, and this just works beautifully. Very, very little glue, just like a string of it is all it is.
Yeah, it just came out of my face.
Yeah. And then push her in. And down here too, pressure. So get that pressure, push it in there real hard, man.
Oh, it's in there, it's just there's another wire in there.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, that other servo lead. Okay. And see, that there looks store-bought, man. Okay, same thing. So get your gun, okay, while your tip's still warm, and use that tip to create a V or a little channel. And if the heat won't do it, make pressure, okay? And then just put you a little bit of glue right along there. If you have any voids, take this card. Up, there you go. And see all the glue that come off? Look at that. Now the whole dadgum wing twist when you do that thing, right? So, because those things are mounted such poorly, we might want to go ahead and whip this thing around and take a look at the other one and see if it's getting ready to fall off, and do a little preventive maintenance and see how it's all. Look at that. Okay, so do the same thing with that. Use the tip of the gun, make you a little V, push some glue down in there.
Go all the way to here, or just
back up a little bit.
All the way here, or just in the middle.
No, all of them right there, all the way down. And we're working with a glue gun that hasn't been plugged in for about 5 minutes. Okay, and then pressure. Yep, do the same thing here. You might want to run a little over the top or up underneath, it's even better. Yeah, because this is actually a pretty nice plane. It's going to be a nice plane when you get all done with it. We can even paint this one, you know, pink and purple if you want to. Put hay on the side of it, you know.
That's what I was just thinking.
Get a theme going, you know, people know you by the hay planes. Hey, that's that dude that has hay on his planes. Okay, there you go, man. Now what's going to freak you out when you open this thing up is all the wires that's going to jump out at you. Because, man, there's something about this plane. They love a lot of wires. Don't lose these screws. These are impossible to find. Those things are worth their weight in gold, probably even a little bit more. Okay, so let's pull this here. We're going to try not to disturb much. So in doing so, let's flip everything this way. Okay, now let's make sense of all this stuff. Boy, this has turned into a lot more than just a little video to fix a couple of broken planes. Now we've just created a deadgum mess. Okay, so you got these two wires that go to the back. We know where those go, elevator and the rudder situation. This one here goes to your front retract, so that means everything attached to this is going to be a retract. So that's your retract deal. So let's get a battery and a tester. If you don't have one of these, spend $3 and buy one. Or if you happen to know a guy like me that has 10 of them in his toolbox, you come by and get me on a good day and I'll give you one. I'm going to stop this and restart this. And bam. Okay, we are back. So this is what they call a servo tester. A servo tester allows you to test servos. Wow. That was brilliant. And let's see here. So let's see, we got this one, and this one goes to the radio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this thing in here. Alright, and lift that plane up just a little bit. And we got nothing. That's not a good sign. So maybe, oh, wait a minute. Look at that, baby. You have been retracted.
Okay. $3?
Huh?
It was only $3.
What? No, this here?
Yeah.
3 to 10. get a piece of paper, or tape, I mean, and a pen, and so we can go ahead and mark this.
Trying to take it.
Yep.
All right.
Something you can write on. Might as well, while we got this out, identify this, so when we go to put a radio in it, we'll know exactly where to put it. So just tear you off about an inch and wrap it around there, and just put RE for retract. All right, let's see here. That says a couple of things. Don't know what all that means, but it says channel 1, it looks like. And then I guess ailerons is what that means. Let's take a look and see. Oh no, that's the motors. Okay, so that's the throttle.
What is ailerons?
Ailerons are these little guys here.
Oh, okay.
And this here's the flaps. Okay, so that's a motor. So put your little piece of tape there that put you can put throttle or motor or whatever on that. And even though that little 4-point battery wouldn't, 4-point whatever battery wouldn't spin this motor, it will damn sure make everything go off so you can tell what's what and what. Okay, plug that in there. Alrighty, let's go to the next one, shall we? We shall.
We shall.
We shall.
That's all I was just about to say.
Alright, now I don't know what's going on here, but I don't see anything happening. It looks like this is going to lights, but I don't see any. You see any lights happening?
Nope.
I don't see any lights happening, but you know what? You don't need lights to fly. So, and that doesn't mean they won't work. That just means they're not working yet. We hadn't tested this one. Whoa.
They work.
That is the aileronage. See how that works?
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
Isn't that cool?
Put all this stuff in foam like that.
Alright, now put ailerons there, and I'm guessing that this thing doesn't have a flap servo in it. It does not, and that's why we don't have a wire that goes to flaps. That one over there has flap servos. And we could put flap servos in here, but you don't need them. It's all waste. Plane like this doesn't need rear flaps. It's just something to play with. And let's see here. How could we... Yeah, he's got too big of a head. He's too fat-headed. We'd actually have to cut things open. All right, let's see.
Where's it at?
Yep. What's what? Where's what?
The ailerons.
No, we didn't test these either. I think it was this one. Let me see. I'm going to plug them back in and check. All this doing things 4 times. You just got to go. Let's see.
Yep.
Ailerons. Okay, and then you got this one here. That's rudder and front steering. And then this one here is upside down. Elevator. Okay, so all our servos work.
Mark.
Yeah, this here's your rudder, rudder. And this one here is your elevator. Okay. So, let's get a receiver and we'll go ahead and put that booger in. Where is that box that's got all those wires in it?
Mm-hmm.
Probably back there on the wall.
It's underneath us, I think.
Bum ba bum bum. Bum ba bum bum bum. The story you were about to see here. Let's see here. I don't see it, bud.
You don't see him?
No.
Right here.
What? What? Let's see here. Okay. I think let's see here. That one right there will work. What we're going to do on this radio, because of where it goes, it can be kind of hard to get to bind. So we're going to take this thing here and we're going to put it in the bind hole. And the bind hole is battery on this one, I believe. All right, and just so you know, on any receiver, the dark wire will always go to the outside. If this was on the end, it would go to the outside. So if it's a brown or black, whatever, it always goes to the outside. The power is the center, okay? And then the white one's the signal, or the lightest color one's going to be your signal. Okay, so I'm going to let you do this so you can actually feel it. So first one you want to find is your throttle, okay? Or your motors. And you got to do it from over there, man. Got to quit walking in front of the camera. Nobody wants to see your back no more. And I'm glad you're doing this because I can't read your writing. I don't know what all that crap is. So you see how the next one says throttle? Mm-hmm. Okay, so get your throttle. Okay, and the dark cable goes to the outside. Bing, baddy, boom. Okay, and what's the next one say?
A-I-L-E.
Okay, that's going to be your ailerons.
E-L-E.
That's going to be your elevator. You're good. Okay. And the next one? Nothing. Make sure it's all the way on there. Okay. What's the next one say?
Oh, hold on. Router.
Still missing that other radio. I don't know what I did with that 6. Last time I remember seeing it, it was in a box.
The GER is the retrace, right?
What's it say?
Gear,
yeah.
And then aux, it don't have an aux.
Okay, your aux is where you would put your lights, bombs, or if you wanted to run ailerons on separate channels, one of your ailerons would go there. This is the wrong radio.
Like a converter?
No, that's a receiver. So that's what communicates with the radio that you hold in your hands. I told you guys, he didn't know much about this stuff, and I wasn't lying to you. And that's okay. We all start somewhere. Let's see here. How much battery power we got? Oh, we got 7.6.
That's a nice looking.
This is my baby. I've got another baby. Grab that box there. Open that one up. Be careful with it. That's about 19 months of my salary. That's the new DX18 V2. Ain't that pretty? About a $900 radio there. I think is what they charge. I don't know what I don't ever pay retail for anything, so let's see here. DX18 Spectrum. I was real lucky to get that radio for what I got it for. $12. Let's see here. I don't know what they're selling for now. $7.63. So, you know, a little pricey. Okay.
That's crazy. These radios cost that much money.
Yeah, man. Back in the day when they did less, but it was all new technology. Some of the old FM radios, man, were, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, and people paid it. The radio evolution is really amazing. They started out, a couple of brothers made these things, man, where you click a switch and the first click it would make, I think, the rudder go left, and then you click it again and it would go straight, and then you click it again and it would go right. So, you know, if you wanted to go left and straight and then left again, you had to go back all the way around. So it was like click, 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 you know, and you had to keep up with the clicks. You know, so things just kind of progressed slowly over time and got better and better and better. Okay, so before we hook a battery up to this, we want to make sure that we're not putting too much battery to it because we can burn things up. So we're going to use the Webinator and look up the Dynam. What's the name of that thing again? Gran Turismo or
Grand Cruiser.
Grand Cruiser. All right. Grand Cruiser. Yeah, and this thing sells for, I don't know, $235 to $3 now, and I think that's about $80 cheaper than what it was originally. Wow, that surprises me. A 3-cell, 1100. That's crazy. I thought the thing would at least fly on a 4. 1100 or 22. Yeah, it's 11 volt with a 2200 milliamp. I'm just talking tired. A 3-cell compatible charger. Let's double check down here and make sure nobody did a typo. Phone build. Required battery 3S. That's a little bitty battery for that plane with 2 motors. That is something else. Okay, so, but we know now it's not a 4S, and if I would have done what I thought was the right thing, I would have put a 4S in there and everything would have been smoke city. Okay, so now we've got to find not only a 3S.
The battery's the heaviest part of the whole plane. It's way more than the whole plane.
It seems like it, yeah. All right, let me get a battery tester. And we want to do this just to make sure that we don't have anything that's overcharged or undercharged. And it looks like we've got a out of balance deal here. It's 3.9 volts, 4.0, 4.0. So it's fairly balanced, but this battery is impregnated. It's with child, and we don't want to fly it because it's never good to fly when you're this late to the pregnancy. All right, so another thing that you never want to do.
That was a problem.
Another thing that you never want to do is you never want to plug a battery into an airplane when you got a prop on it. Okay, so you always take the props off, but we're not going to do that because, you know, we don't follow rules here, and we're burning video up. You know, I'm almost out of tape. What's tape? All right, so I'm going to plug this thing in. Look at all that stuff going on. All right, now. Let's see here. You see anything blinking on there? Me neither. Okay, so see on the end of that thing, see the little things with the yellow and orange tags behind that prop hanging on the wall?
Yep.
Grab one of those.
Oh, I thought I did.
Right behind the prop. Pull the prop off. There you go. And then find me, I need one of those. One that's got the orange tag on it. You can leave it on there. There you go. Alright, so what we're going to do, and this is the reason why I put this on here. So when we've got this thing all pinned up, okay, I can hang this out this little battery shooter right there close, so if it needs to be bound again, we don't have to open the whole plane up. We can just do this here and do that right there. All it does, see how it's just one wire, it just grounds the two together. Okay, and then I'm going to turn my radio on. And we're going to...
You want to go fight some crime?
Make a new model. Alright.
Is that another one? Oh, you just use a different receiver.
Yeah.
You're not gonna change out the radio?
Nah. Okay. So I'm thinking we've got some other kind of an issue going on now.
You don't want to try another radio?
There ain't nothing wrong with my radio. Back up with all that. I'm thinking. See, this one here isn't even blinking, man. See, I don't see no blinking going on or nothing, man. Okay, let me do this. And this is what you have. These are the little problems that you run into when you're messing around with these RC planes, especially when you're dealing with used crap. That's what makes it fun. Would you please unplug that beeping son of a gun?
I like you, dude.
Do you like that? Oh, I see blinking. I hear noises. All right, I'm gonna walk over here.
It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. In the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God.
Take her on the landing strip. Outside.
All right, now let's see here.
Hey, do it again.
One heck of a desk fan. All right, now let's unplug all this danger. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Before you unplug it, the next thing you got to do is you got to unplug, and you actually have a little bit more time. You can unplug this before you put the battery back on.
What is that?
This is the bind plug. This puts it in bind mode, so you can link the two together. And once they're linked together, that's it. They're linked together for life until something happens and they're not.
So what are the gray little antenna things on here?
That's the antenna. That's it.
For what?
To communicate, like a radio antenna.
Okay, and you said that was the bind. So it has to bind. It has to have a separate for a binding and a separate for a.
No. So what the thing does is, both of these are it's a 2.4 gigahertz system. Okay, and back in the day, if we had channel 1 and another guy had channel 1, and one guy's out there flying channel 1 and the other guy didn't like the guy that was flying, he could just turn on channel 1 in his car and wreck his plane for him. Yeah, so now all of a sudden when 2.4 comes along, there's no more channels. Now it does this frequency hopping thing where it's always bouncing around and all that. So leave that one plugged in, but we want to unplug, which we already did, all of this bind stuff. No, you can leave it off. We're done with all that. That's just for a minute ago. We don't need none of that crap no more.
None of it. That's
No,
all.
you can leave it there. It's not going to
Hard
hurt
work
anything.
and dedicated.
We just want to unplug all this.
Okay.
Get that out of the way. Hold your plane. Remember I said your plane. All right.
I hear you.
And then start doing the wire stuffing.
There we go.
All right, man. I think we're gonna have about a 20-hour video here, but I think we covered a lot of stuff. I really do.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, we fixed a bunch of crap, and now our crap is not crap. Our crap is stuff. And you built had your first plane recovery.